United is one of the most controversial airlines. Some people absolutely love them, and some people absolutely hate them. But recently, they have put a lot of effort into improving their onboard experience, and so today it's time to test if flying United can actually be enjoyable or if they're still stuck in the past. If you don't have bags to check, you can just come straight through security after checking in on the app, which is what I did, and now I'm here at the gate. It's actually spacious and very nice, so far a good experience. Well, I thought the next clip would be on the plane, but our flight has been delayed about 30 minutes due to maintenance, so that's not a good look, a good start, even though it happens sometimes. We'll see what happens next, and if it gets delayed further, I'll let you know. And our flight has been delayed another 40 minutes, which is not a good look because maintenance issue. I tried to understand what they were saying up there about the delay. I couldn't understand, so we don't really know what's going on. Hopefully it doesn't get delayed further or canceled. This is a little bit of a pain. Okay, we made it on board. I think we'll be taking off probably about an hour late, but I'm just glad to have made it. The airplane itself looks fresh and clean. The legroom is surprisingly good as well. We're in Economy Plus for this flight. On this flight, I have 3 main goals. First is to go to the bathroom exactly 3 hours into the flight to test how dirty it is when we're about halfway through. Second is to watch The Devil Wears Prada because I'm watching the second one tomorrow and I have not watched the first one yet. And finally, I want to score 50 points on a Retroball game. I have about 6 hours to do all this and get very familiar with my United Economy seats. We'll go through all that later, but for now, let's get up in the air. Okay, I'm obviously watching The Devil Wears Prada, but it's about an hour into the flight and the drink service has come around. We were allowed to take 2 snacks, so I got the pretzel mix and a stroopwafel and then lemonade for my drink, which United is one of the only airlines I've flown that has lemonade. So overall, this is a very successful drink service. I'll show you around the seat later. The TV I'm watching The Devil Wears Prada on is very nice, I'll tell you that, but we'll get to that later because I want to go back to watching my movie, so I'll talk to you soon. Also, really quickly, if you're enjoying this video, I'd love it if you'd subscribe. I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers, so if you do that, it would be awesome. We're about 2.5 hours into the flight. I'm still watching The Devil Wears Prada, but my right AirPod is dying, and so while they charge, I'm going to give you a seat tour. Yay! I would say the screen is the main attraction. It has a ton of movies, TV shows, and a moving flight map, which is super nice. It also has a charger and also a headphone jack or whatever, but Bluetooth also works to connect to it, which is so nice. I've been watching my movie on my AirPods, which is the best. And then right below that is a tray table, which is a pretty good size and very sturdy. This is one of the newest planes in United's fleet, so I'm expecting everything to be pretty new and nice, and so far, it's living up to that expectation. Under the seat is a charging port, universal plug, which is good, normal, I would expect. Unfortunately, this seat, because it's right in front of an exit row, it does not recline, but it actually feels fairly pre-reclined, something I haven't noticed on United before, so that's definitely a win. The seat itself is fairly comfortable and well padded, and yeah, that pretty much does it. I'd say this is actually a very nice seat and definitely comfortable enough for a 6-hour flight like this one. I think it's now time to achieve my goal of getting 50 points or more on Retroball in a single game, so it's time to lock in. You guys, I didn't realize that at the time, but these games of Retroball were actual cinema. I played multiple times trying to get to 50 points, but never came closer than this game against the Giants, where I was 6 points away from 50 with 50 seconds left in the 4th quarter. But then, the worst possible thing happened. I threw an interception. The Giants took it all the way down the field to score a touchdown, and I got the ball back with 1 second left in the game. I called an audible and threw deep to my wide receiver, who sprinted down the field to actually win the game and get me to 50 points. It was honestly one of the craziest wins in Retroball I've ever had, and I had now completed 2 of my 3 goals for this flight. We are officially 3 hours in, which means it's time for the bathroom cleanliness check. and honestly, it's not doing so hot. The entire floor and the door is wet, probably with water at least, I'm hoping. The toilet seat is up and there's some trash on the floor. Unfortunately, not very impressed with 3 hours in the bathroom situation. Additionally, there's only 2 bathrooms for 150 economy passengers, which is not very many. So overall, I would say I'm disappointed with the bathrooms, but I'm just going to do my business and then head back to my seat and probably read a book, because I do not want my screen time to be so high. With my 3 goals for this flight finished, it's time to give my final review of United Airlines. My only 2 problems were with the delay and the bathrooms, but delays don't happen very often and the bathroom is typically not the most important part of the flight. The seat, on the other hand, was super comfortable, the TV was bright, fast, and had Bluetooth, which was super nice, and during our 2 drink services, the flight attendants seemed to at least enjoy their job. So yes, I would say United is moving toward becoming a friendlier and more modern airline, and I would fly them anytime. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.